South Philadelphia. It's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. And we'll see a return here from his own end zone. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent. To start this drive. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Throwing right away is Mahomes. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Third and long for Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going, and it's Mahomes. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Right to the air, it's Hurts. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Seriously, just disgraceful.
Great, set. No touch.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. Pretty close. He'll tuck it in, and he will score. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers. But often it's the quarterback that has no one to side to him. In this case, he's able to capitalize on all of this.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. But dangerous Miko Hardman on the return. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mahomes now to throw. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Yellow.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Throwing is Hurts. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And the Eagles are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Great, set.
Barkley is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 6-0 our score after one. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Now here's Mahomes, sliding out of the pocket. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs.
No touch that.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Miami. No touch.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
No touch.
They go play action with Hurts. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Now Mahomes. That's laid out deep for Rice. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Michael Dana just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. By that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tershawn Wharton, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. That's laid out deep for Rice. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the third. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
Forced out to his left.
5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
Hey, easy, 63, bad. Delta.
They're going to try and throw.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Up the middle, here's Piron. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley takes it to about the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Bulldozes past him. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll go to Barkley again. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has... Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Great, set.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as the tackle made at the 31-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Barkley, inside handoff. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Great, set.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Great, set.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Tiger swamp.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Up the middle with Barkley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Trying to take this home, they'll run. And they're going to lose some on this play. being knocked back to the 18. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a 2-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. This is 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's head.